The topic here is to look at networks, a network situation. So, and particularly how value is created and how value is captured. And this particular example is taken from the Harvard Business Review in an article, The Right Game, Use Game Theory to Shape Strategy. You can read this article, and there are also other examples in the article. The framework is here. In a normal situation, the company will have its customers and the company will have its suppliers. And what we quite often do, we think that this is all there is to business. However, from the customer's perspective, he can get a product or similar product from somebody else. So this is what we call a substitutor. Also on the right, we have the complementer. So many products a company makes, they can have products which are attached to that product, which add value to that product. And for example, in the computer industry, this is quite common that you have complementers. In the gaming industry, you have the game makers and the console makers. So the complementers. Within this article, there is a nice example of Nintendo way back in 1995. How did they both create value, but what is essential, capture value? So first of all, they came up with a nice product. The customer was the retail shop, Walmart and Toys R Us. And since the product was nice, Walmart wanted millions of consoles to be delivered. Now what Nintendo did was they said, we cannot provide, we cannot manufacture that many. And using this as a strategy, they also said that what if we only supply 1 million instead of 1.5 million, and what if we get more of the income and you get less. So they captured value to themselves. Nintendo also made sure that their console manufacturers, there was nothing technically very special in the console, so there were 3 different suppliers for the console. And in this sense, Nintendo was able to make the console manufacturers compete with each other, and it captured value. Nintendo also had a license to make games, and it controlled who it gave the license to, and did not allow a single game manufacturer to become dominant or important. It controlled the licenses, and in this way it captured value back to Nintendo. So capturing value from here, from here, from here, and continuing the game by creating a new character, for example, Mario, and making sure that they had the rights to Mario, and they were actually selling the Mario licensing rights to the outside instead of paying others for the characters they licensed in. So a very nice example of value creation, value capturing. The question is, of course, does this happen in real life? Can you find examples where similar situations, a networking environment exists and somebody is both creating and capturing value in that network? In the Finnish context, one very interesting example, recent example, is a very simple one, milk. I will not go into the details, but in the press, the local milk company Valio was accused of misbehaving in the market and sort of dumping the milk price down. Another example, maybe 10 years back, it was a huge debate, not so anymore, but 10 years ago the operators were discussing that those incumbent operators which already had the physical line buried in the ground, they had a competitive advantage compared to those operators which had to dig a new cable into the ground. Both of these were examples of how value is created and value is captured in a network environment.